Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Swing Girls, a Japanese comedy from 2004. Now, a group of flunky schoolgirls take up jazz in this hilarious movie by Shinobu Yaguchi. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Yaguchi, he's a very reliable director, and I would actually place him on a pedestal as one of the best, if not the best, contemporary directors of comedy films. Now, one reason I feel this way is that he usually chooses a different topic for each film and explores that topic to the point of being informative for the viewer. So, for example, his 2014 film entitled Wood Job focused on forestry. His 2012 film Robo G focused on robotics. And his 2008 film Happy Flight focused on air traffic control. So he spreads himself out. He touches upon different issues as he goes through his directing projects. Now, the viewer usually leaves his films with a slightly greater knowledge of the topic at hand. So not only are his films really entertaining, but they're usually somewhat informative. Now, Swing Girls focuses on how teenagers learn to play instruments, which is a topic that is certainly more familiar to the typical moviegoer than something like forestry, right? But the informational value is still there to be had. There's little bits and pieces that are pretty interesting. For example, how the schoolgirls begin their training. Before they even start playing their instruments, they have a little training routine near the beginning of the film, which is kind of interesting. Now, the second reason why I love Yaguchi so much as a director is that his humor is more of the everyday variety, which is very funny and very charming. So unlike some other directors of comedy, Yaguchi's films never even come close to being annoying or grating on the nerves, which is a huge positive for me personally. I mean, there are no gross-out jokes, juvenile dialogue, or anything like that. I mean, there's nothing worse than being irritated by a comedy, and you have nothing to worry about here. But still, it's a comedy, and lots of hijinks occur in this film, which includes some disastrous lunch trips, money-making schemes to buy new instruments, and some musical debacles, of course, as they're learning to play. The actual setup on how these girls become involved with music is also very entertaining. The laughs just keep coming in this one. It's very dense with its humor, which is what I really like. It helps the pacing, too. And it's all incorporated within a very distinctive cinematic approach that avoids over-the-top silliness for the most part in favor of quaint, well-timed events. One of the more comedic and memorable sequences occurs about midway through in a forest, and you'll know when it's about to happen. It's pretty creative in its style of camera work, too, which makes it an interesting watch. Pacing is pretty brisk. The characters are lovable. And the finale has some very catchy tunes. Yes, you have some legitimately good music to look forward to here. Now, the opening half kind of focuses on a few songs that the protagonists consistently fail to learn properly, but once they progress in their skill set, we are treated to some really great stuff during the finale. Now, the lead actress here is Juri Ueno, who is very popular in Japan because of her screen presence and charisma. Most of her films have not made the jump, unfortunately, to American shores, but Swing Girls is an excellent introduction to this actress. It was my introduction to her, and I immediately became a fan. Also, one of the teachers is played by Naoto Takanaka, who is one of those Japanese actors who is seemingly in every Japanese film, not unlike Ren Osuji. IMDb credits Takanaka for 225 acting roles. And IMDb sometimes misses a few, because they're Japanese films. He's really good in this one, though, and it could be my favorite performance I've seen from him. So Swing Girls, I think, is a high-priority movie to check out. It's a great introduction to Japanese comedy, and it's family-friendly, too. One of those films that's difficult to dislike because it's so charming and fun to watch. It does not have an official US DVD release, but it is available on various websites, such as eBay and iOffer, both in Region 3 and All Region DVD formats, as well as Blu-ray. So be sure to pick it up. And as always, we'll see you next time.